Avocados spike blood sugar? Senior nutrition facts versus fiction. Picture this. You're standing in the produce aisle, holding a perfectly ripe avocado in your hand. Your heart races a little because you've heard so many conflicting things. Your neighbor says they're too fattening. Your daughter insists they're superfoods. Your doctor mentions something about watching carbs. And here you are, 67 years old, wondering if this green fruit is going to send your blood sugar through the roof or actually help you feel better. If this scenario sounds familiar, you're not alone. In my 30 years of helping seniors navigate their health, I've never seen a single food create more confusion than the humble avocado. The myths surrounding this creamy fruit have literally kept my patients awake at night, worried they're making the wrong choice. I'm Dr. David Walker, a senior health and psychological wellness expert with over 30 years of experience helping older adults not just add years to their lives, but add life to their years. And today, I'm going to settle this debate once and for all with hard science, real patient stories, and practical guidance you can trust. Here's what might shock you. Everything you've been told about avocados and blood sugar is likely wrong. The science is crystal clear, but it's been buried under decades of misinformation. By the time we're done here, you'll know exactly how avocados affect your glucose levels, why they're actually protective for seniors with diabetes concerns, and how to use them as a powerful tool for healthy aging. The blood sugar truth revealed. Let me start by answering the question that brought you here. Do avocados spike your blood sugar? The answer is not just no, it's absolutely not. And they actually do the complete opposite. But I want you to understand exactly why. Because knowledge is power when it comes to your health. Let's talk numbers first, because I know many of you have been trained to watch those carb counts like a hawk. 1/2 of an avocado contains 12.79 grams of total carbohydrates. Now, before you panic, let me break this down for you. Of those 12.79 grams, a whopping 10.1 grams comes from fiber. That means the net impact carbohydrates, the ones that actually affect your blood sugar, are barely 2.7 grams. To put that in perspective, that's less than what you'll find in a single cherry tomato or half a slice of whole wheat bread. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Avocados contain less than 1 gram of naturally occurring sugar. Less than 1 gram. Compare that to a medium apple at 19 grams of sugar, or even a cup of milk at 12 grams. And you start to see just how misguided the avocado fear really is. Now, let me tell you about the glycemic index, because this is where the science gets really exciting. Avocados have a glycemic index of just 40. Anything under 55 is considered low glycemic, and avocados sit comfortably in that safe zone. But what does this mean for your body? It means when you eat an avocado, your blood sugar barely budges. There's no spike, no crash, no energy roller coaster that leaves you feeling tired and craving more food an hour later. Let me share Margaret's story with you, because her experience perfectly illustrates how dangerous nutrition myths can be. Margaret came to me at 68, terrified of avocados. She'd been living with pre-diabetes for 3 years and had been religiously avoiding them because her previous doctor told her they were too high in carbs. This wonderful woman had been denying herself one of nature's most blood sugar-friendly foods based on outdated information. When we sat down and really looked at the numbers, Margaret was amazed. She'd been eating diabetic-friendly crackers that contained 22 grams of refined carbohydrates per serving, nearly 10 times the net carbs in half an avocado. Those crackers were made with white flour, added sugars, and artificial ingredients. Everything that actually does spike blood sugar and contribute to inflammation. Within 2 weeks of adding half an avocado to her daily routine, Margaret's blood sugar readings became more stable. Her energy levels improved, and she stopped experiencing those mid-afternoon crashes that had been plaguing her for months. But the real transformation was in her confidence. She went from being afraid of food to understanding it. Here's what Margaret discovered, and what I want you to understand: that 10.1 grams of fiber in half an avocado isn't just impressive, it's therapeutic. Fiber acts like a natural sponge in your digestive system. It slows down the absorption of any sugars you consume, creating a gentler, more sustained release of glucose into your bloodstream. This is particularly important for seniors, whose blood sugar regulation systems may not be as efficient as they once were. But avocados don't just avoid spiking your blood sugar. They actively help prevent spikes from other foods you eat with them. This is called the glycemic buffer effect, and it's one of the most exciting discoveries in nutrition science for seniors managing diabetes or pre-diabetes. Research from Harvard's prestigious nutrition source confirms that avocados can reduce the glycemic response of carbohydrate-rich foods eaten alongside them. This means if you're having oatmeal for breakfast, adding some avocado slices doesn't just make it more delicious, it makes the entire meal more blood sugar friendly. The combination of healthy monounsaturated fats and fiber creates a protective effect that benefits your entire metabolic system. A groundbreaking 2024 study published in the Journal of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics followed over 26,000 adults for several years. The results were remarkable. Those who consumed avocados regularly had significantly better glucose and insulin homeostasis. The effect was even more pronounced in people with type 2 diabetes, exactly the population that's often told to avoid them. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but Dr. Walker, what about all those calories? This brings us to one of the most persistent myths about avocados. Yes, they're calorie-dense, about 160 calories per half avocado. But here's what the fearmongers don't tell you. Calories from different sources affect your body in completely different ways. The calories in an avocado come primarily from monounsaturated fats, the same heart-healthy fats found in olive oil and nuts. These fats don't trigger the same insulin response as carbohydrates do. They don't cause blood sugar spikes. They don't promote fat storage around your midsection. And they don't leave you feeling hungry an hour later. In fact, research consistently shows that people who eat avocados regularly tend to have lower body weights and smaller waist circumferences, despite consuming more total calories. The satiety factor is so powerful that it naturally regulates your appetite throughout the day. Let me explain what happens in your body when you eat an avocado versus when you eat a typical high-carb snack. When you have a bagel or a muffin, your blood sugar shoots up rapidly. Your pancreas responds by releasing a large amount of insulin to bring that sugar down. This insulin surge not only creates an energy crash later, it also signals your body to store fat and makes you feel hungry again quickly. When you eat an avocado, this entire cycle is avoided. Your blood sugar remains stable, your insulin levels stay low and steady, and you feel satisfied for hours. This is why avocados are increasingly being recognized not as an indulgence, but as a therapeutic food for blood sugar management. Are you starting to see why I get so passionate about debunking this myth? But the blood sugar benefits are just the beginning. Wait until you hear what avocados are doing for your heart, your brain, and your overall vitality as you age. Heart health and brain protection. Now that we've completely demolished the blood sugar myth, let's explore what avocados are really doing for your body. And I promise you, the benefits for seniors go far beyond anything you might have imagined. We're talking about genuine, measurable improvements in the systems that matter most as you age: your cardiovascular health and your cognitive function. The same monounsaturated fats that help stabilize your blood sugar are working around the clock to protect your heart and arteries. We're not talking about minor improvements here. We're talking about dramatic, life-extending benefits that have been documented in some of the largest health studies ever conducted. Let me share the most compelling research first. A massive study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association followed over 110,000 adults for more than 30 years. Think about that. 30 years of data on over 100,000 people. The results were so significant, they made headlines worldwide. People who ate 2 or more servings of avocado per week had a 16% lower risk of cardiovascular disease and a 21% lower risk of coronary heart disease. For seniors, these aren't just statistics, they're potentially life-changing numbers. Heart disease remains the leading cause of death for adults over 65, and anything that can reduce your risk by 1/5 while being absolutely delicious deserves serious attention. But let me make this real for you with Robert's story. Robert came to me at 72 with a concerning cardiovascular profile. His LDL cholesterol was climbing toward 160, his HDL was too low at 35, and early tests showed signs of arterial stiffness, a predictor of future heart problems. His cardiologist was ready to start him on statins, but Robert wanted to try dietary changes first. We implemented what I call the avocado prescription, half an avocado daily, incorporated into meals he already enjoyed. We didn't change everything about his diet overnight. We simply added this one powerful food consistently. The transformation was remarkable. Within 3 months, Robert's LDL cholesterol had dropped 18 points. His HDL cholesterol increased to 42. Most impressively, his arterial flexibility measurements showed improvement that typically takes years of medication to achieve. When he returned to his cardiologist 6 months later, the doctor was stunned. Robert had gone from being a candidate for immediate medication to having a cardiovascular profile that looked 10 years younger. Here's what was happening in Robert's body, and what happens in yours when you eat avocados regularly. The monounsaturated fats actively improve your cholesterol profile. They help reduce the oxidation of LDL cholesterol, the process that makes it stick to your artery walls. They raise your protective HDL cholesterol, and they help reduce inflammation throughout your vascular system. But avocados offer something even more specific for seniors, an exceptional potassium content. One avocado provides about 20% of your daily potassium needs, more than a medium banana. Why does this matter? As we age, our kidneys become less efficient at maintaining proper electrolyte balance, and many seniors don't get nearly enough potassium. This mineral is crucial for maintaining healthy blood pressure and proper heart rhythm. The anti-inflammatory properties of avocados deserve special attention too, because chronic inflammation is like a slow-burning fire throughout your body, contributing to everything from arthritis to heart disease to cognitive decline. Avocados contain powerful compounds like oleic acid, omega-3 fatty acids, and carotenoids that actively combat this inflammation. Now, let's talk about your brain, because this is where recent research has become truly exciting. A fascinating 2023 study specifically examined adults over 65 who consumed avocados regularly. Researchers administered 3 different types of cognitive tests measuring memory, processing speed, and executive function. The results? Those who ate avocados consistently scored significantly higher across all 3 measures. The theory behind these cognitive benefits is compelling. Your brain is nearly 60% fat, and it requires high-quality fats to function optimally. The monounsaturated fats in avocados improve blood flow to the brain, reduce inflammation in neural pathways, and may even support the formation of new neural connections. Let me tell you about Dorothy, because her story illustrates the broader impact of proper nutrition on aging well. Dorothy came to me at 74, feeling like her mind was getting foggy. She was forgetting names, losing her train of thought mid-conversation, and generally feeling less sharp than she'd always been. Her doctor had ruled out serious cognitive issues, but Dorothy was still worried about her mental clarity. Dorothy had been following a low-fat diet for decades, terrified of anything with substantial fat content. She was living on fat-free yogurt, rice cakes, and lean protein, a diet that was starving her brain of the fats it needed to function properly. When we added avocados to her daily routine, along with other healthy fats like nuts and olive oil, the change was remarkable. Within 6 weeks, Dorothy reported feeling like myself again. Her memory improved, her concentration sharpened, and her energy levels stabilized throughout the day. But perhaps most importantly, her confidence returned. She stopped avoiding social situations where she might forget a name or lose her train of thought. The lutein and zeaxanthin in avocados deserve special mention here. These carotenoids are best known for protecting eye health, crucial for seniors concerned about macular degeneration, but they also concentrate in brain tissue, where they appear to support cognitive function and protect against age-related decline. Here's something that might surprise you. Avocados can actually help with weight management in seniors, despite their calorie content. The combination of healthy fats, fiber, and plant protein creates such powerful satiety that people naturally eat less throughout the day. Studies show that adding avocado to a meal increases satisfaction and reduces the desire to eat for up to 5 hours afterward. This is particularly important for seniors, who often struggle with portion control as their metabolism slows and their activity levels decrease. Instead of feeling constantly hungry on restrictive diets, the healthy fats in avocados help you feel naturally satisfied with appropriate portions. The nutrient density of avocados becomes even more critical as we age. Your body's ability to absorb certain nutrients decreases over time, making every bite count. Avocados are packed with folate, which supports cellular function and DNA repair. Vitamin K, essential for bone health. Magnesium, important for muscle and nerve function. And vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant that protects against cellular damage. But let's address the elephant in the room head-on: the fat content. Yes, avocados are high in fat, about 22 grams per whole avocado. But here's the crucial distinction that changes everything. Nearly 19 grams of that fat is unsaturated. These are the fats that actually improve your health markers, not harm them. The remaining 3 grams of saturated fat is minimal and comes packaged with so many beneficial nutrients that the overall effect is overwhelmingly positive. The American Heart Association now officially recommends avocados as part of a heart-healthy diet, particularly for older adults. They've moved from being seen as an indulgent treat to being recognized as a legitimate therapeutic food. But knowing avocados are good for you is only half the battle. The other half is understanding exactly how to incorporate them safely and effectively into your daily routine, and that's exactly what we're going to cover next. Practical guidelines and daily integration. Now comes the practical part, and this is where many seniors get stuck. You know avocados are beneficial, but how exactly do you incorporate them into your daily routine without overdoing it? How much is enough? When should you eat them? And what's the best way to prepare them for maximum benefit? Let me start with the most important question: portion size. The sweet spot for most seniors is half an avocado per day. This gives you approximately 160 calories, 14.7 grams of healthy fats, 10 grams of fiber, and all those blood sugar stabilizing benefits we discussed. If you're particularly active, have higher caloric needs, or are underweight, you can certainly enjoy a whole avocado daily. But for most people over 60, half an avocado provides optimal benefits without excessive calories. Timing matters more than you might realize. I recommend eating your avocado earlier in the day, ideally at breakfast or lunch. The healthy fats provide sustained energy that carries you through the afternoon without the crashes that come from high-carb snacks. Plus, eating substantial amounts of fat earlier gives your body more time to utilize them effectively for energy rather than storage. Here's a strategy that has worked beautifully for hundreds of my patients. Use avocado as a direct replacement for less healthy fats in foods you already enjoy. Instead of butter on your morning toast, try mashed avocado with a pinch of sea salt and fresh lemon juice. Instead of mayonnaise on your sandwich, use thin slices of fresh avocado. Instead of cream cheese on your bagel, spread some mashed avocado and add sliced tomatoes and a sprinkle of everything bagel seasoning. These aren't just healthier choices. They're often more flavorful and satisfying. The creamy texture of avocado provides the richness you crave, while delivering genuine nutrition instead of empty calories. Let me tell you about Helen's transformation, because her story illustrates the power of strategic timing. Helen, 69, was struggling with what she called the 3 o'clock crash. Every afternoon around 3, she'd feel exhausted and reach for whatever sweet snack was handy, usually cookies or a granola bar. This would give her a temporary energy boost, followed by an even deeper crash around 5 o'clock, leaving her too tired to prepare a proper dinner. We replaced Helen's afternoon sugar fix with half an avocado topped with everything bagel seasoning and a squeeze of lime. The change was dramatic. Within 2 weeks, her energy levels were steady throughout the day. She stopped craving sweets in the afternoon, started cooking proper dinners again, and lost 4 pounds without trying. The sustained energy from healthy fats had broken her cycle of sugar crashes and poor evening choices. Preparation method can actually enhance the benefits. When you mash avocado, you're breaking down the cell walls, which makes some nutrients more bioavailable to your body. But don't feel pressured to get fancy. Slicing and eating fresh avocado is perfectly beneficial too. The key is consistency, not perfection. For seniors managing diabetes or prediabetes, pairing avocado with protein creates an even more powerful blood sugar stabilizing effect. Try half an avocado with scrambled eggs for breakfast, add avocado slices to your chicken or tuna salad, or enjoy it with a handful of nuts as an afternoon snack. The protein further helps stabilize blood sugar, while the healthy fats keep you satisfied for hours. Let's talk about quality and selection, because not all avocados are created equal. Look for avocados that yield to gentle pressure but aren't mushy. The skin should be dark green to black, but avoid any with large dark spots or areas that feel significantly softer than the rest. A perfectly ripe avocado should feel like a ripe peach, firm but yielding. Here's my foolproof storage system that prevents waste and ensures you always have ripe avocados available. Buy avocados at different stages of ripeness. Keep the firmer ones on your counter to ripen naturally, and store the riper ones in your refrigerator. A properly ripe avocado will keep in the fridge for 3 to 4 Dalton's was, giving you a consistent supply without the frustration of having them all ripen at once. If you're dealing with half an avocado and want to save the rest, leave the pit in the unused half. Sprinkle the exposed flesh with lemon or lime juice. Wrap tightly in plastic wrap and refrigerate. The citric acid prevents browning, and the pit helps preserve freshness. It will stay good for another day or two. Let me address the most common concerns I hear from seniors. Dr. Walker, won't eating avocados every day make me gain weight? The research consistently shows the opposite. Multiple studies, including one published in the Nutrition Journal, found that people who ate avocados regularly had lower body weights and BMI measurements despite consuming more total calories. The satiety factor is so strong that it naturally regulates appetite and reduces overall caloric intake. But what if I have high cholesterol? Won't the fat make it worse? This is where avocados truly shine. The monounsaturated fats in avocados actively improve your cholesterol profile. They raise your beneficial HDL cholesterol while helping to lower harmful LDL cholesterol. I've had numerous patients reduce their cholesterol medications under medical supervision after consistently incorporating avocados and other healthy fats into their diets. Are there any seniors who shouldn't eat avocados? The list is remarkably short. If you're taking blood-thinning medications like warfarin, Coumadin, you should discuss avocado consumption with your doctor, as they contain vitamin K, which can affect blood clotting. If you have a latex allergy, you might also be allergic to avocados due to cross-reactivity. And obviously, if you have a known avocado allergy, avoid them. But for the vast majority of seniors, avocados are not just safe, they're actively beneficial. Organic versus conventional is a question I get frequently. If organic fits your budget, it's preferable, as avocados are sometimes treated with pesticides. However, don't let perfect be the enemy of good. Conventional avocados still provide all these remarkable health benefits. The important thing is eating them consistently, not where they were grown. Here's a practical tip that many seniors don't know. You can freeze avocados for later use. Mash ripe avocados with a little lemon juice and freeze them in ice cube trays. Pop a frozen cube into smoothies for instant creaminess and nutrition. This is particularly helpful if you live alone and find it challenging to use whole avocados before they spoil. For seniors on fixed incomes, avocados can actually be quite economical when you consider their nutritional density. Half an avocado provides substantial nutrition and satiety for usually less than $1. Compare that to processed snacks or restaurant meals, and avocados become one of the most cost-effective health investments you can make. The versatility of avocados means you'll never get bored. Beyond the obvious toast and salad applications, try adding them to smoothies for creaminess without banana sugar content. Use them as a base for healthy chocolate mousse. Yes, really. Or simply enjoy them with a spoon and a sprinkle of salt as a satisfying snack. Remember, always consult your doctor before making significant dietary changes, especially if you have existing medical conditions or take medications that might be affected. But for most seniors, incorporating half an avocado into your daily routine is one of the simplest, most effective steps you can take for your long-term health and vitality. The science is overwhelming, the benefits are substantial, and the myths have been thoroughly debunked. But there's one more piece of this puzzle that ties everything together, and it's going to change how you think about nutrition and aging in general. As we reach the end of our journey through the science of avocados and senior health, I want you to close your eyes for a moment and imagine your life 6 months from now. Picture yourself standing in that same grocery store, but this time you're reaching confidently for those beautiful, ripe avocados. There's no hesitation, no second guessing, no fear. You know exactly what you're doing and why. You're not just buying a fruit, you're investing in stable energy levels that carry you through your day without crashes. You're choosing heart protection that could add years to your life. You're selecting brain food that keeps your mind sharp and your memories clear. You're picking inflammation fighters that help your joints feel better and your body move more easily. This transformation isn't just about avocados. It's about reclaiming your power to make nutrition decisions based on science rather than fear, fact rather than fiction. It's about understanding that healthy aging isn't about deprivation, it's about nourishment. It's about recognizing that the foods that truly serve your body as you age are often the exact opposite of what diet culture has taught you to fear. I've witnessed this transformation in thousands of patients over my 3 decades in practice. I've seen 75-year-olds rediscover energy they thought was gone forever. I've watched seniors reverse years of medication dependence through simple, consistent nutrition choices. I've celebrated with patients who went from feeling fragile and worried to feeling strong and confident in their bodies again. The truth is, every time you choose half an avocado over a processed snack, you're choosing vitality over decline. Every time you spread avocado on toast instead of butter, you're choosing heart health over convenience. Every time you add avocado to your salad instead of reaching for low-fat dressing, you're choosing nourishment over deprivation. These small, daily choices compound into profound changes over time. They're the difference between spending your golden years managing symptoms and spending them pursuing passions. They're the difference between feeling like your body is failing you and feeling like your body is supporting your dreams. Margaret, Robert, Helen, Dorothy, these aren't just success stories. They're examples of what becomes possible when you stop being afraid of food and start understanding it. When you stop listening to myths and start trusting science. When you stop thinking about what you can't have and start focusing on all the delicious, nourishing foods that want to serve your health. The avocado sitting in your kitchen right now isn't just a source of healthy fats and fiber. It's a symbol of your commitment to thriving, not just surviving, as you age. It represents your refusal to accept that getting older means getting sicker, weaker, or less vibrant. Your health journey doesn't have to be complicated, restrictive, or joyless. Sometimes, the most powerful changes come from understanding simple truths about wholesome, natural foods that have been nourishing humans for thousands of years. Sometimes, the key to feeling your best is as simple as adding one perfect food to your daily routine. Remember, always consult your doctor before making significant dietary changes, especially if you have existing medical conditions or take medications. But for most of us, embracing foods like avocados isn't just safe, it's transformative. The science is clear, the benefits are real, and the choice is yours. Avocados don't spike blood sugar, they stabilize it. They don't harm your heart, they protect it. They don't cause weight gain, they support healthy weight management. They're not just safe for seniors with health concerns, they're beneficial. If this video has opened your eyes to the truth about avocados and senior nutrition, I want to hear from you. Hit that like button to let me know this information was valuable. More importantly, subscribe to this channel and ring that notification bell, because I'm committed to bringing you science-based nutrition information that cuts through the myths and gives you the confidence to make truly healthy choices. Share this video with someone you care about who's also navigating nutrition after 60. Too many of our friends and family members are avoiding beneficial foods because they've been fed misinformation. Together, we can spread the truth about senior nutrition and help more people thrive in their golden years. Drop a comment below and tell me, what nutrition myth has been holding you back? Have you been avoiding avocados? And are you ready to give them a try? I read every comment and often use your questions to guide future videos. Your health is your greatest asset, and every day is a new opportunity to make choices that support the vibrant, energetic life you deserve. Don't let myths and misinformation rob you of the nutrition your body needs to flourish. Here's to your health, your confidence, and absolutely your best years ahead.